So here is our um, the third exercise in third program. That is, here we are going to learn how Express works. Okay, here we are going to learn Express. We have seen how to create a node project. Okay, so why are we making use of an Express? Okay, node project is used for server side programming, right? So Express will be helping us to connect with the server. Okay, request responses, give it to the servers and get back, right? So it will be working over the node. So Express is a fast, unopinionated, minimalist web framework for node.js. Okay, it is designed to build web applications and APIs. It simplifies as the process of handling HTTP requests, routing and middleware. Express acts as a middleware, okay, between the front end and the node. Okay, and here is a like how we are going to create an express, that is a express.js and its router. Okay, this exercise is learning about Express. Okay, first is here we have to set up your project. For that you need to create a directory. I have created my directory as Express example. Okay, and after creating your directory anywhere, I have created uh, it in this. Okay, see, I've created my directory over here, Express example, and going here, click on command prompt. No, click on command prompt, CMD here. Click on CMD here, then press enter. You will be coming to the command prompt. Here you open it in the VS Code. Okay, so create a folder and open your terminal and create a new directory for you. Okay, Express example. Okay, this is a Express example folder. Next step is to initialize a new node.js project. How are we going to do it? By running a command, no, npm init -y. So in the terminal, when you open, just create a folder. You won't be seeing all these things. Okay, create one folder, and at the terminal you type in npm init -y. You will be seeing, once you run this command, you will be able to see package.json is been added to your directory. Okay, check the packet.json. Okay, these are the dependencies. It will be showing you what are all the scripts we are having, what is your project, what version, what is the main file. Okay, what dependencies we need. Okay, all these things you can see in the package.json. Then, as we are working with Express, we have to install Express. Before that, for you won't be able to see dependencies as you haven't installed any Express. Okay, here for installing Express, what you need to do, you need to run a command called npm express, npm I. Okay, npm space I express. Okay, and even nodemon also you can install. Okay, npm install express, npm I express. Okay, you can run this command. Once you run this command, you will be able to see under dependencies, you will be able to see which version of Express has been installed. Okay, now we are going to create our main application file, that is app.js. Okay, app.js is our main application file. For creating the basic express application, okay, we require this app.js and start by requiring the express module. So here app.js, create one file. Going here, click on this new file and name it as app.js. App.js, come to open that app.js file and write the code. Look at the code what I have written. First, what we are doing, we are trying to import Express. Okay, we have installed it. Now we are importing express and initializing this express. Okay, for importing express, what I have written, express equals to require express. Okay, next is initializing this express. So what I'm which variable I'm using, app is my constant variable through which my express runs. Okay, and the port number at which the server runs is 3000 that I have given. Okay, now you can choose any available port. Okay, any available port here you can give. I have given here 3000. Now import the router, that is constant user router equals to require. Okay, under routes I am going to write um, all my router parts, that is user.js. That's why I am writing my require. In this directory, routes directory, I'm having user.js. Okay, so users.js, so that's why that route I have mentioned here, and use the router for any request to slash users. Okay, so here I'm using app.use slash users. This is my route. Okay, users routers. Under routes you can mention give different routes in that directory only. Okay, app.get slash is default route. Okay, which says hello express.js. And where is my app listening at what port? Okay, once you start the server, you need to see this message, that is server is running at. So app is listening at which port number that I have mentioned, 3000. So this is an arrow function which tells us that console.log in once the server is started, it shows that the server is running at this port number. Okay, start the server. For starting the server, what are we going to do? Start the server, npm start. Okay, then it will be showing you that server is running. Okay, now here I'll show you npm start. So my server is running at the port number 3000. Okay, now run your application. So either you can say npm start, or you can say node app.js. Okay, it says this, and you can go and see, check. Open your browser now. Open your browser. Okay, go to the browser. Here I'll write localhost. Okay. So by default, what it is saying in our program, we said hello express.js. Okay. And we have several other routes now written, that is slash users. Okay. Slash users is there. Let us check that also. User list. So I didn't show you what is there in the user route. Okay. So that we will see now. So let's go here again. Once again, we have only written app.js. We haven't started user.js, right? Create one more. See, when I said npm start, you might have seen node modules folder. This is the node modules folder where you can see whatever required packages are required, those all will be installed here, which are not there for the node project to run. So that we can install, like how we have explicitly installed express. Okay, once we have installed express, in the node modules you can find express. See, express modules, whatever are required, this contains all those items. Okay, so like this, these are the required modules for our application to run. Okay, node project to run. So it all stores here. Once we have said npm start, you will be able to see node modules. Okay, and I have created a folder by name routes. Okay, under that folder I have created a file, added a file users.js. Okay, so what are this users.js going to do? This is one route. Okay, so express router, to understand this express router, it is a powerful feature. Okay, which helps us to organize your routes. If you are at all, if you are having many number of pages that has to be gone to, we call it as an routes. Okay, routes. Okay, so when you are your routes and handling these http requests, it allows you to create a modular route handlers. Okay, so to create a separate router file, you can create one more directory called route. Okay, route directory I have created, and inside it you create the file named users.js. Okay, so after creating, okay, now start writing our basic router steps. That is, we need express. Okay, require express, import it. Okay, import and router for the express we are having, that you need to import. Okay, so here what is router equals to express dot router, we are making use of that library. Okay, so and define the route for get the request. Okay, that is default route is user list. That's why we have seen user list when I have typed the route user. Okay, next define the route for get I by id, by id. Okay, get router dot get slash id. If I give one, then it shows the user list first one. Okay, so whatever parameters are there in the first id, that will be given. So module dot export, this router has to be exported, okay, to the app. So equals to router, module dot exports equals to router. And use the router in app.js. So in the app.js, we need to make use of that router. Okay. So how are we making use of router in app.js? See. Yeah, that's why we have written users router equals to. We are trying to import that router. Users router we have created, no, that we are importing it here. Okay. Use the router for any request. Okay. To slash users, slash user, when you type your route, then it will be showing, after getting the default hello express.js, you will be seeing user list. Okay. Yeah, so this way our uh, so let's see in our browser. So user details for user with id 1. When I say 2, if it is there, it shows me. Okay, otherwise it will be saying not found. Okay, like that it is showing. Here we didn't give any parameters, but then when we are trying to give JSON, some database connection and all there, like that we can try to access the records here. Okay, I'm just trying to print user details. So id, whatever you give, it responds. That user details for user with id, that id number it will be giving. Okay, the thing we need to follow is that your project structure should look like this only. That is express example. Okay, here after creating this folder, you need to run the command npm init -y. Then you will be seeing package.json file. After seeing the package.json file, you create one file under this folder only. Okay, so for clear, you need to click here, then click on the folder whenever you are creating a new folder. Otherwise there is a chance you might be creating folder under node modules. That will be a wrong way. Okay, so this should be the structure. That is, your express example should have node modules, routes, app.js. Okay, and under routes folder you need to have user.js. Okay, these are the only two directories that we are having. Okay, under express example directory. Okay, node modules we should not disturb anything. Okay, keep it closed. We have created explicitly routes folder. In that routes folder we have created users.js. Okay, now close this. Out of this folder, within express example, I have created app.js. Okay, once you run the command npm start or node app.js, then you will be seeing package log .json, node modules and all. Okay, in this way our express runs. Okay, so you can test your application. This is a basic setup for express.js application with routing capabilities. Now you have learned to create routes using express router and how to organize your code effectively, right? Okay, express is a more powerful and flexible, which makes to build web applications and apis. So thank you all, keep learning.